What's going on, guys? It's your boy and Anderson, following Jesus Christ. Welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna talk about how to stop hating God. How to stop hating God, because everybody gets when bad things happen, like there's an earthquake or an innocent person died of cancer, an innocent person got murdered when they really shouldn't. All the horrible things that happen in this world. Whenever these things happen, people always wonder, where is God? Where is God? Where is God? Why is God allowing this? Why does God allow bad things to happen? Why does God allow the rich and powerful like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates and all these creeps and the Epstein, the guy on the island that we're not allowed to talk about on social media? Yeah, that guy. How come they get away with everything, and while people are struggling to to feed their family and things like that? Okay, everything happens for a reason. I'm sure you've heard. So the first thing I want to make clear is that if you want to stop hating God, um, one of the first ways to do that is just to forget about the church. Forget about the church, because from the very beginning, I mean, if you read the Bible, Jesus was not trying to create a religion. Jesus, what he was trying to do, he was trying to get people connected to the living God, connected to the original God, connected to the creator of this world, the creator of you and me, the creator of everything, the creator of the sky, the heavens, the earth, the sea, everything. Jesus was trying to connect us with him, and so that we may be forgiven, and so that we can make it to heaven. Because honestly, we are not worth of being in heaven. We are just not. And that's what Jesus did on the cross. He made it so that we can have a chance at entering the kingdom of heaven. So Jesus was not trying to build a religion. Jesus was promoting, I like to think, the way of life. The way of life, in order for people to get to heaven, in order for people to get close to the living God, the only God that has a Bible, a record from the beginning of mankind all the way till now. Okay, that is the only God that has a record, literally a record of everything, of his followers, his people, everything from creation all the way till now. The pagan gods don't have that. Freaking, the pagan pantheons, the Greek gods, the Norse gods, the Chinese gods, the Japanese gods, the Aztec gods, they don't have a record. Okay, they don't have a record of anything. Only Jesus Christ, only the living God has a record. Okay, and that's what Jesus was trying to do. He was trying to get us to the one and only God, and to stop worshiping these fake gods, these which are actually demons, by the way. So that's number one. So stop. I suggest you stop listening to the church. Okay, stop depending on the church, and go look for God yourself. Pick up the Bible and start reading, which is something that many Christians don't do. Pick up the Bible, start reading. So rule number one of how to stop hating God is don't be religious. A lot of people won't tell you. Jesus hated religious people. I repeat, Jesus hated religious people. Look at the Pharisees. Do you know how many times Jesus stood up to the Pharisees, the religious people of, back in the day of Israel? The Pharisees, they were basically the religious people of that time, of the biblical times. Today's modern day religious people are the churches, the Catholic Church, the mega churches, right? The pastors, the priests who touch little boys when nobody's looking. Those are the Pharisees of today. So rule number one, do not rely on these. Do not rely on religion. Okay, seek God for yourself. Start reading the Bible. Start praying. Start searching for answers. Do it yourself. Do it yourself. Okay? Because at least even nowadays, the church doesn't even want to be responsible for your salvation. So look for Jesus yourself. That's number one. Number two is understand that there is a reason why things happen. Look, understand that, God created all of us. God created all of us, and none of us are perfect. Okay, none of us are perfect. So everybody, from the poorest person that you know, from the poorest person, or even people that you think are like really nice people, everybody is a sinner. We all sin. Okay, some sin in a small amount, some sin in a big amount. Like those people, like the billionaires up there, like the people on the island, the Epstein Island, right? Those guys, um, you know, God lets them, because nobody really gets away with anything. Nobody really gets away with anything. Okay, every day people wonder, okay, how come the billionaires are making all this money while everybody is becoming poor? Well, what you have to understand, that this system, right, this system that we have now of employment, it's kind of new. It's kind of new if you think about it, because for the longest time, most people, they build their own houses, right? They worked in the farm, and they built in these types of places. Even in the old world, of like England, of like Europe, right, and in Asia, in the old world, hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago, we've never had this system of like only working for corporations. Everybody relies on corporations a little too much. Okay, we've given so much power to a certain group of people, and everybody wonders why. They do the things that they do. It's because we rely on them. Okay, the government is the new god. The CEOs of these companies are the new gods. You know how back in the day people used to worship, the Greek gods and the Norse gods and all these pantheons, right? Well, today's gods are celebrities, Hollywood celebrities. Those are the modern day. That's the modern day pantheon. Your Drake, Lil Wayne, P Diddy, and then now we're finding out that these people are absolutely, satanic in all the things that they do when nobody's looking, in the dark. Right? So everything happens for a reason. Okay, because if at least, I'm going to say like 50% of the world would dedicate their lives to Jesus Christ, to the living God, then none of this would be happening. Okay, so understand, when people who you thought that were nice, when they get cancer, or when bad things happen, when an earthquake happens, just know that everything is for a reason. God allowed things to happen for a reason, because at the end of the day, we are all sinners. We have all done something bad in our lives, myself included. Heck, myself included. I'm no angel. You think I'm a freaking angel? No. Okay, myself included. And as long as sin exists, these things will happen. We are going to live in an imperfect world where there's evil people. Okay, and you cannot blame God for this, because it's just the law. As long as sin exists, so will this evil exist. Okay, so and obviously, to not live in this world, in this crazy world, we have to return back to God. But only a small amount of people will return back to God. That's the problem. Okay, and that is my short explanation as to why bad things happen, as to why there's evil people and rich millionaires get away with all these things, right? So that is how you stop hating God. Okay, so first of all, stop relying on the church. Seek God yourself. Number 2, know that everything happens for a reason. Okay. All of this is happening for a reason. The evil satanic millionaires and celebrities and all of this, it all happens for a reason. You just can't see it. Anyways, whatever your thoughts are, make sure to comment below, like this video, subscribe to the channel. Everybody, this is Anderson, following Jesus Christ. Make sure to follow the commandments of Jesus Christ in Matthew chapter 5, 6, 7. Okay? Take care, everybody. Godspeed.